Son, if you're listening, I'm dead. But I left you this podcast. You'll be all right. Just pretend that I went out for smokes. Wow, Andy just putting his hands all over the equipment. Like, that's
he
good.
knows his stuff.
Like he's
He
alpha.
said that's too hot.
He's alphaing me.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to alpha you in... I just also am a podcaster, you know?
Yeah, it's like when Hendrix invites over Clapton to play.
But
They
actually,
share.
I bet you that Hendrix would ask to touch the...
He just puts his finger on Clapton's guitar.
the
Does
axe.
it happen? Yeah.
What if every time he touched it, he like set it on fire and like played with his tongue? And they were like, "Don't fucking touch my guitar, you fucking weirdo."
Yeah. Let me intro you, Andy.
Okay. Yeah.
Our guest today is a very funny comic. You've seen him on everywhere from Fallon to Comedy Central to Last Comic Standing, and he has a hilarious special out right now called The Coward of Gramercy. Please welcome one of our favorite comedians to the show, Mr. Andy Haynes.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm trying to get better with intros.
That was very professional.
That was
Thank
really
you.
good. I kept on waiting for the shoe to drop. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
well,
and
We like dropping shoes.
And he loves to tell all the jokes from the special still a year later.
Who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares.
It's weird because when you host something, you try to give people good intros. You know, you try to make them sound good.
Yeah.
And Sheba Mason the other night, I brought her up a few weeks ago. I brought her up at Caroline's, and she goes, "Yeah, so I have an album out. It's called Just a Whore." And I go, "Okay, all right, cool. Your album's called Just a Whore." And she's like, "Yeah." And then I go, "She's got an album called Just a Whore. Please welcome Sheba Mason." And she goes up on stage. She goes, "My album's called Not Just a Whore, actually." She told me to give her a wrong intro so that I looked stupid. I don't like that shit.
Hell no.
And Sheba, you're on my fucking shit list now.
I think anybody that sets up like a intro, you know, anybody that has like coordinated things like that,
Yeah.
they get like a red flag in my book.
Oh, for sure. I don't
Yeah.
like a guy having a joke about the shirt he wore. Like if it's like a riff and you're going, oh boy, but if you dressed up to acknowledge the shirt, I usually
Yeah.
have a problem.
What about this? Is there anybody in comedy who you know has a fake name that you respect?
Dude, honestly, I probably just don't. I'm not a good detective. I'm
Yeah,
like, what?
who?
There's a
Live
couple
fair.
people. There's a couple people I know that like their name has changed over the course. I mean, I've been doing comedy for 18 years, so I've seen it. You know, like
Sure,
where they were
sure.
like one thing at one point.
Yeah, a lot of
I mean,
Indians.
Samore, I guess, right? Is that her name? That's her real name?
I think it's like one of her names.
Yeah.
I don't think her birth certificate just says some more.
No, so it's probably a fake
That's
name. I
such a
respect
deep
her.
cut.
But it's like
Samore?
it's got that thing hanging over it. It's oh no, it's SAM. I was thinking of s'mores, how that was spelled.
Some more.
Uh-huh.
You know, some more is like that kind of brand of comic that only plays those shows in Brooklyn that are like a poster of five faces, like comedy night.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
at Barclays.
Yeah, it's like her, like five other black people, then Jacob Williams for some reason. Comedian Jacob.
Yeah. That is boy very special.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're at Andy's house, and I got to say, Andy, you have a very beautiful home.
Thank you.
It's very nice. It's very clean. It's the opposite of my house. I live in a fucking shithole, and there's a toddler running around, and I don't clean anything because he's just gonna throw stuff on the floor. I don't wipe up if there's piss and shit on my floor. I don't wipe it up.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of let myself lean into just living in filth. And it's good because it incentivizes me to go get work on the road.
Yeah, you want to leave. You have
Yeah.
more incentive to leave the house.
Yeah.
You think you're slowly moving towards like the final episode of True Detective season 1, where you have like the Yellow Kings, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
And like when you fuck your wife, you say, "Let's make flowers."
Yeah.
You've been doing that.
This is all my wife's success. I've earned nothing in here.
Yeah, but come on.
But that's the new thing, right? You got to be
yeah.
you got to be such a good guy that these successful women want to keep you around.
For sure.
We're like emotional arm candy
They see us for our
value.
for our talent.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, they
Emotional
recognize your
support.
ambition when you're 42 years old. And they go,
Yeah,
"This
they
guy's
have the
going
privilege to judge us for our communicable, and that's
Yeah.
bad when you don't know how to say the word and you're
No, I like
trying to
it.
express how much you
Communicable, like a
communicate.
disease?
Yeah. Yeah, women. I think women not women. Our women like us for us because they definitely can't like us for any other reason.
No, I mean we're probably you.
The potential of us, maybe.
That's a big part.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, but I don't know, but
you can fuck.
Sure.
But you probably make her laugh.
Yeah, I
You
think
know? You probably say things, then she goes up and says them on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're her
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah.
Does everyone here make their girl laugh consistently? This is sort of Valentine's Day.
Sean, I don't know
Yes.
anything about your girl.
I was married, but well, it's fallen apart.
No.
Oh, relationship
V-Day
status
episode.
reveal. Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah, pretty recently. Yeah.
This has been a kind of a secret on the show for a while, and I guess now
I didn't know.
Sean makes a
Secret to
shocking
me.
confession.
It's fallen apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Comfortable talking about it? Halfway comfortable?
We started recording at his house, and we were like, "Oh, there's no woman that lives here."
That's the thing. Like, I came into this place and you notice it's so gorgeous and well organized, and it's like, oh, that's a man in a stable relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas like Mike's place is a man in a failing relationship.
It's chaos.
Right. And then my place is like a man not in a relationship where there's like this layer of dust that starts to build up because like I don't know what it is. Like even my clean, like straight single friends, there's just always like dust. You know? But you notice like once you have a woman around, it's like spotless most of the time.
Yeah, I think that before Rosebud, I lived in like I lived in a room that basically just fit like a twin bed or whatever, and I had like furniture that I'd found, and I like had posters tacked to the wall, and it was like I realized that like when I got divorced the first time, because obviously I'll get divorced again, and I was like, oh, I want to live like an assassin, you know, like I want to like
Yeah, it's fun.
like that line from Heat where he's like, you never want to be able to not leave in like 5 seconds or something like that.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
And I
That's
realized
not real though.
I know that's not real, and also, but guys are so stupid that we'll see something like that and we'll be like, yeah, that's for me.
I think it should be
Base
for
my
everybody
entire
for a
life
little
on this
bit.
Michael Mann movie.
I just read Heat 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Heat 2? Like part 2?
Yeah, so he didn't want to make a movie because he didn't think that it was worth it to get all the old guys to like CGI them and stuff. So he
Wow,
just
he's
wrote
right.
he just wrote the second part as it's a prequel and a sequel.
It's with Harry Styles. He's like, "Yes, I'm wearing a dress now. Put the money in the bag."
Yeah. Harry Styles is Val Kilmer's character.
Yeah.
Chris Sahirlos.
What? You looking at something? You think it's funny that I'm wearing a dress and I got a dildo in my ass?
This guy, he was reaching for his gun. I had to do it. You saw it, mate.
He made a transphobic comment about my outfit. Just shoehorn all this fucking bullshit into the movie.
It's so woke.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I guess my relationship is failing because I lost my memory card reader today. I couldn't find it. And I had to upload the Patreon episode, patreon.com/outforsmokes. That's where you can hear it. But I couldn't find the memory card or the memory card reader. I knew where the memory card was. So I was like looking around the house and I looked in like the 3 places that it could have been.
Yeah.
The 3 places that I would have put it. It's not there. I text Deb. I go, "Do you know where my memory card reader is?" She goes, "It's either in your top drawer or the kitchen island or in the couch." It was in none of those places. And then I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay, well, it's not. I don't feel like looking for it because somebody moved it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like looking through the entire house for this thing. So we'll just lose 10 or 15 subscribers and you know, whatever. Anyway, I finally find it. It's in my box under the couch where I keep my recording equipment.
Yeah.
But I never put the memory card reader in there because it's too small.
Yeah.
So it led to a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, it did lead to a fight.
It kind of led to a fight because
She
I was
put it in the-
She put it in there. So I was like, when you
Women.
clean the house and you touch people's stuff, you have to like know where you put someone's important shit.
Yeah,
That's
you're
like-
ruining our lives.
You
That's
know?
expensive to be fighting the day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Just
I
like
know.
Well, he's
dollar
leaving.
I'm
signs
leaving.
added.
I'm
Oh
leaving
yeah, you're
town,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do any. So
He's gonna get
Yeah.
her an edible.
I'll be at a
arrangement.
highway rest stop tomorrow looking at OnlyFans.
Oh man, I got to see your OnlyFans. Who you're following? Because I'm too scared.
I'm sure it's the same people.
I'm
Oh, you're not on it.
I've never even gotten on, but there's definitely some people I'd like to see.
Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah.
Khalees
from-
told me
from
this
Twitter or
morning.
whatever?
She said, "Remember, if I have a bad day today, it won't be a good day tomorrow."
Right.
Oh,
And I said, "Wow, fucking smart."
yeah.
The expectation.
See, I got to do some, but I had no time to go out today and buy any presents or anything.
Well,
so
what I'm doing in the morning,
hopefully CVS is open after the show.
it's like the easy trash thing to do. The kid leaves.
I'll
for
pick her up a
bref-
memory card reader.
The kid leaves at like 7:30 in the morning, so I already bought a bunch of random bullshit to like serve breakfast,
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll have like a Valentine's breakfast, and then
That's
that
good.
won't happen because I won't tell them that's what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
so they'll stay up late, both of them.
Yeah.
The kid will wake up last minute, and I'll go, "Please,"
Mm-hmm.
and there'll be a fight.
Nice.
But I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
It's I will say one thing is that I do a lot of Rosie like set up all the like look of things, but I'm kind of the main cleaner. I do most of the like folding and putting stuff away because I have just more time. She's like at SNL all the time.
But you are I feel like ever since I've known you, you've been very like, you've been very clean. You're very organized, and you're very like you present very well.
But I think it's like to a deficit because like
Yeah.
I've noticed that people that are like looser with just like they can leave stuff out, they can access like the creative side more easily.
Uh-huh.
Like I have to like make my space perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll spend like all day like just making sure like I returned emails and paid bills, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to write jokes all day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I wanted to live like an assassin.
Right.
So
Right. Well, what was
much
cool
easier.
about you is, you're somebody who drastically, I think, influenced the course of my life because I did my first moving jobs with you, and then I was a mover for about 13 years. So if I never learned the business of it with you, I don't think I ever would have like had this bad back and
Yeah,
just
you would have
terrible
never
knees.
put all the energy that you should put into comedy into moving.
If I would have spent 13 years just exhausted at the end of every like 10-hour day, just
Yeah.
being like, I can't.
Mike
Yeah.
thinks moving stunted his growth. He thinks he would have
I
been
think
6'1".
Yeah,
You thought
maybe.
you were going to grow
You
still
never
at 24.
yeah. Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
I could have been tall.
It's so funny
But,
because moving, I did introduce like a few people to it, and then some of
Yeah.
those people went on to be famous.
Yeah.
And then others,
Right. They kind of like didn't really belong there.
Yeah.
You could tell they kind of, but then I think I kind of like took to it very well. Well, it was difficult at first. Well, the first thing I want to say is that you were very, it was like you didn't really act like a mover. Like you were kind of fancy about it.
Yeah.
Like we would like, like pick up the truck. We'd go to Variety Coffee and Andy would get his fancy coffee and he would like be dressed well and everything. And it wasn't like, it felt like elevated type moving when you worked with
professional.
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what was like kind of cool
I was
about it.
cunty. I'd clean out the truck. I
You
always
were
made
looking.
sure that- I was very cunty. I was actually
yeah.
like really
Yeah.
mean to Mike, not on our most
It's fine.
recent moving situation.
But in the beginning,
in
yeah,
the beginning, I was
yeah.
very mean to Mike.
No, but that's okay. But we were at a staff meeting one time because we ended up working at the same company, and I remember like it's like we do the meeting. We get to the end of the meeting, and Andy's like, "Yeah, and just one more thing, if you guys can just kind of clean out the truck, because if you guys have a burger or something, I got to smell that shit, and I don't want to do that."
But that's the thing is like I stand by this that all these derelicts would just like they'd leave piss bottles,
Yeah.
half drank smoothies and shit like that. It's like just because this is a shitty job doesn't mean you have to be shitty.
You were D'Angelo from The Wire about
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
You were like, we can do better than this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was like, we can be elevated criminals.
Yeah. And I remember one time, like, it was early on, and you were mad at me because in the beginning I would break stuff and I would fart in people's houses.
Yeah.
And I remember you being like, you're yelling at me for something, and I was like, but Andy, and you were like, no, Mike, don't. He was like, I forget what he said, but he was like, don't make excuses. He was like, don't make excuses, and I was like, all right,
I'm
you're
such
right.
a fucking cunt.
No, but
No,
you're
you're
right.
right, though.
He's
Yeah.
right though.
He
Yeah.
Silence
silenced
like a
and
maniac.
lambs you. He analyzed your father issues from your
Uh-huh.
Italian childhood and immediately spoke to you like a mentor and just
Yeah.
shut you down.
Yeah.
and
Is it
lodged himself
possible?
in your psyche?
For Italians to have father issues because you're so in love with your mothers?
I don't think so. The father's an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the issue is he keeps fucking your mother, and you want to.
Edipice, Regina.
I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, I did walk in on my parents making out one time, and it like
What do you
really
mean by making out? Fucking or kissing?
No, they were like
tongue
kissing in
kissing?
the. Yeah, they were like kissing in the bathroom. And my dad had like his hand up my mom's shirt, and then it just set off so
She
many.
got titties? Like she got titties?
She has like small tits, but she's
Small
got kind of a wagon.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
cool.
Going through Mike's OnlyFans, like this looks familiar. Lots of wagons and small titties.
Mike, this is just a webcam into your mom's bathroom. Mike, this isn't OnlyFans.
Like this is a Ring doorbell.
You just order packages all the time.
Oh, no.
So you just bend over the front of the door. You're just ordering trivial bullshit.
Yeah, post-it notes and pens.
yeah.
To watch my mom bend over.
Just
Ooh,
K-cups.
yeah. Oh, Michael sent me 1 K-cup.
That's right, Mom. Bend over and pick up that package.
Real good. Real good.
What are you doing in there, Mike? I'm watching porn.
Yeah.
For Mother's Day, I got you a scheduled Amazon delivery every day. Just so every day you remember how much I love you.
Mom, this is Coffee of the Day Club.
Coffee of the day. In August,
delivery
you wear shorts, Ma. It's hot.
Delivery instructions. Make sure it's on the ground.
Do not hand it to her.
Hand to her.
Yep. Just leave. Do not put on bench. Leave on the ground.
Set on ground before you ring doorbell.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I caught them like making out, and it just welled up so many like feelings inside of me. Like I was like,
How old were you?
I was probably like 10, 9
Yeah.
or 10, and I was just kind of like obsessed with seeing it again. You know?
Oh, you liked it?
I don't know if maybe I kind of liked it, but I was also kind of repulsed by it. And then I was like,
that
they don't.
sounds intense.
Yeah. And I was like, I bet they don't do that a lot.
Like
You know?
4 years ago, my mom got a mastectomy. You know, like she had breast cancer for a minute.
Shit.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
They got a vaccine for that now, they're saying.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
That's great.
Whoever.
Or the vaccine causes it.
Yeah.
Which Reddit board did you read that on?
No, they're testing out or it works, I think.
He heard it on the
Fuck
PATH
this.
train from Jersey. my man Smokey told me. So she got like a fake tit, and I didn't want to see them at all, but for some reason she just was like, Andy, you want to see my new tit? And I was
Nice.
like, no, not at all. And then
Yeah.
she just like lifted her shirt up, and I was like, my mom's old too, so it was like gross, and it scarred me. It wasn't
Yeah.
the same. It wasn't titillating.
Does
Yeah,
it
I know.
look like a different tit than her other tit?
No, they both.
They both look like the same tit.
Yeah, I come from
That's so
bosomy
interesting.
people.
Oh,
Like
they got big breasts.
my sister and my mom are packing.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But I don't have that edible. My mom is such a villain in my life.
Uh-huh.
Like she was such a head case that I don't have that Oedipus thing.
I'm not like sexually attracted to my mother.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
hey, listen, it's okay if you are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you could say your mom's like hot as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see your
That's
mom.
right,
You could
Mike.
say
I
that
mean,
right now if
fucking
you feel like
smoke
Maybe
show.
15 years ago.
This is just a comedy podcast.
Maybe
You're
back
gonna
when she
say
was
it.
maybe back when she was 55. Yeah, she had it going on. She looked better than the other 55-year-olds.
I wonder if because like we're getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 now,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering like when we are 60, are we gonna still like be horny and like want to fuck
I think
ladies?
so. Yeah, I think so.
As long as the medicine doesn't have adverse effects, right?
I'm still.
Whatever shit we're all on.
Oh,
I
I think
think
it's
I'm-
gonna be better by then.
You think they'll correct? You mean? Is that what you're saying?
I don't even know if we'll like fuck normal. I think by 20 years from now with the technology, like there might be like AR and shit like that.
I think
Augmented reality.
I think I'm hornier now than I was in my like early 30s.
Yeah.
I am definitely, but it's also in a worse way.
Yeah.
It's like a creepy, like I
Right.
see a lady like struggling with bags outside of a grocery store, and I'm like, I gotta go crank one out to this.
The subway doors close on her face, and you're like, nice.
I see a dog with a really sweet vag.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and also, actually, I will say this: the one thing that I do like about getting older is I'm no longer like when I see like a 20-year-old, I'm like gross.
Yeah.
Like I've stopped.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
With porn, you know, when you can tell they're 18, I'm kind of like, this is gross.
I guess it's like when you get a little bit of attention, you know, then that makes me kind of, because you don't get as much attention, or you know you're getting older, so it's like if somebody says like, oh, you look nice or whatever, you're like, I still got it.
Yeah, I also think we're dumb animals, and we would like forsake everything that we've been able to accrue throughout our life through love and amazing women. We'd like just become homeless if the right 20-year-old said hello to us.
Yeah.
She's like, my car broke down.
Go bye. Not my problem.
Here's my car. Mike, where the fuck is the car?
My friend borrowed it.
honey, she was gonna try to fuck me. Okay, it was either me give her the car or.
Oh man, I miss getting to see you and Deb in action.
Yeah. Oh, like you're fighting?
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Really?
Also, because Deb is so Italian that she would also go after me sometimes, so I liked it. It's like she would give me the 1-2 once in a while for just being in proximity to Mike.
It was like yeah, because Andy lived with us for a little bit. It was like an extension of me that she could yell at. She's like, Andy didn't wash his dishes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, well, why don't you text him on the group chat? You know,
that was fun.
Yeah.
And there was also a while where we lived with some random art student.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Nice kid. His name was like Jamel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were like 4 of us in a house. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, we were like artists.
Yeah, I remember that place, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when you like built the studio and everything.
That was back when I built the studio, and then I finished the studio, and then one day she said, "I want to move," and I was like, "There's a gallery wall in there. I painted." And but that's the things you do for the women that you love.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess the theme, you know, I thought we could have a little theme of the show. One of the themes I thought we could just talk about accountability. You know how that's good. It's tough because you have these themes and it's like I just want to riff, you know. But there was that woman in wasn't there that woman that like drowned 5 of her kids,
Strangled, right?
And there were a bunch
or
of
did she
things.
drown them?
Well, Andrea Yates, I guess, drowned her kids like a long time ago.
Oh, but
Somebody else.
recently a woman, I think, in
There's
New
been a lot of
Jersey
stories.
strangled 3 kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were all hers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Some
then-
guy just killed his family too. Right?
And then they found a way to blame her husband.
How'd they blame her husband?
They were like, I guess he was on the news, and then he was like, I forgive her. And then people were like, it's probably your fault she did this, buddy. I mean, they were trying to make a point about postpartum psychosis and stuff
what
like
is
that,
the
which
point?
I guess is,
what is a guy to do?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, like you
Shoulda-
can only do so
He probably
much.
worked.
Well, it's like whether you, I'm just saying, like, whether you misplace an SD card reader or you kill your kids, sometimes there's a lack of accountability.
He should have canceled her gym membership. She was doing too many squats and her arms got too big, and that's what you need to strangle 3 children.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because there's this. I was joking about this with Julian McCullough the other day. There's this documentary called like American Murder or something, and it's about this guy. He kills his family, and then but the whole documentary is just like their socials. Like there's not even an interview. It's just like literally like body cam footage, socials, Facebook stories, shit like that. But it's literally like what you find out is that he like married young, had a couple kids. His wife became like an MLM influencer. And then he like literally just met like a 6 at the gym. And instead of just leaving his family, he killed his whole family. Because he got like mid pussy once in his life. And he was like, well, I don't know any other way to deal with this than to kill my entire family.
You know, when you've been in the desert for 20 years, even polluted water is better
do you
than
think
Did he
that
have
is?
a
You
life
think that's-
insurance? Maybe he had a life insurance policy?
No,
No?
he just literally, it's like they tell the story. It's like because they have the footage of him like doing Facebook and cell phone of him with the girl that he starts dating.
Yeah.
And she's like fine.
Yeah.
You know, she looks like hot for the military. You know what I mean?
Right,
that type.
right. Yeah.
And he just literally like his wife was annoying, and then he was like, "Oh, this this buff lady likes me. I'm gonna kill my family.
Dude, I remember hearing Mark DeMeo on a podcast one time. The comic he was a cop for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about being a cop, and he was like, "Yeah, you get a lot of pussy when you're in the NYPD because you got a lot of female partners." And just imagining like him fucking every straight female cop.
It's probably their rock bottom. They're all in an AA meeting right now,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like, it got really bad.
I fucked Mark DeMeo.
That's beautiful.
It's like, but think of like, I mean, I guess some female cops are kind of hot, but think about just a picture in your mind, the average female cop.
I think New York has a fair amount of pretty hot.
Do they?
Hot ladies.
Yeah,
But I'm
they
just
all look
picturing,
athletic
like-
enough, or at least the way the belt
Yeah.
wraps around them, it gives them curves.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Spanx.
Yeah.
The big ass that knocks stuff over as they're walking through the diner, and they get mad at you for it.
Yeah. I just want to grab their gun to try to get their attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never get that joke when you grab a cop's gun. I'm kidding with you.
It's a TikTok.
I'm flirting.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like super Italian stuff? Like go see like a comic that's like, Vinny Spaducci
I would love to see- I
that
would-
only plays in like fucking Seabreeze, New York
No.
or something like that.
I don't. But I would love
like
to see.
pasta dinners and shit.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody like Pat Cooper live.
We should go
Or,
and
like,
try to find
Vic.
like the most.
No, but you would go and like you'd be like snickering the whole time.
No,
I
can
would be
enjoy
enjoying it. You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I would love the shit out of it.
We should see Pat Cooper.
We all like old
I don't
TV
know who Pat
and
Cooper
stuff.
is.
He's
still
like
alive?
I think you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like an older Italian comic that he's like yells a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was
But
on
he's-
a Tough Crowd a
He
few times.
was on Tough
right?
Crowd. He was on Opie and Anthony with Patrice,
Yeah.
and they like went and had a funny back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, I think, right?
Yeah.
We should go see DePaulo's next special taping. I think it's
Yikes.
somewhere
Okay.
near the Canadian
Okay.
border.
I heard
No,
you
but I
have to
would-
have COVID.
You have to have been fired from your teaching job to get in.
What do they do at public school? they groom kids. No, but I would love to see somebody like Vic DiBitetto, maybe. Just
That's what I
to
mean.
see
I
how
don't
hard
even
they-
know
they kill.
these guys. I
Yeah.
don't want to just go out and see it.
Well,
But
Vic's
there's-
that dude
there's
who had
levels
the milk.
to it.
He got famous off of during like a snowstorm. He's like, we
Yeah.
gotta get milk, and that was like a big YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
And then he started doing stand up, and apparently genuinely kills.
Yeah, but he also did a rant about like stimulus checks that people really liked.
Oh, is that the one in his car?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned about that through the Chapo guys.
Yeah.
Like they played it for.
Okay.
There's also the guy that the Cumtown guys always have. Gene
Oh yeah.
DiNapoli?
Yeah.
Is he a comic or just
I
like a
think
singer?
He's just like an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who's a good example. I mean, Pat Cooper's probably the best example. But you're saying you want to drive out to Long Island. We'll have like a Long Island night.
Yeah, because I did Governors last June or May. I think it was May. I did like Governors, and it was like, everything I thought it would be, but also like people were so nice. It was like such a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think all my jokes worked, but that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I still.
Well, it's people who love this country.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
Talk
of my
about
jokes.
the migrant caravans.
I love Long Island, like how that bubble. It's so weirdly like. Sorry, this is off the accountability topic, but
No, the topic sucks.
we could talk about accountability.
Well, I don't know how to talk about it in a funny way. I just thought I was like, let me say that your wife didn't say sorry for moving your memory card, and that women kill their kids, and maybe we'll go from there.
I think like there is something to be said about like how annoying it is when you get in a mature relationship and you do have to do that accountability stuff.
Yeah, right.
Even when you know that you're right, like you're like, okay, I acted like a psycho, but also
Yeah.
like you just cried, which
Yeah.
is like not fair.
Right.
Because now I like, even if my argument is sound, I'm somehow abusive because you cried.
Yeah. No, I feel like when you're with a woman, you're constantly like working on yourself.
Yeah.
You're always being like, okay, you're right. I do that. She was like, whenever you lose something, it ruins my whole day. I'm like, okay, you're right. I'll work on that.
Yeah, they never have to
I'll work on that.
You're never
Yeah.
like, hey, you need to start getting this shit together.
Yeah.
And also, like, my wife has a lot of the male attributes of the relationship, like stereotypical.
Yeah.
Like she's the one that like doesn't plan anything. She's like MIA. She's obsessed with her job.
Yeah. She's not neat.
She's pretty neat, but she can like she kind of defaults to like she'll just make a big mess and then leave.
Yeah, no, but I find myself getting annoyed with my wife with the same things that like wives on TikTok get annoyed with, like doing a montage of like all the things my husband does. That's me. I'm like she'll just put like a wooden spoon in the top rack of the dishwasher.
Hate that.
Yeah.
My wife will put
I'm
knives.
like, this is 6 glasses that could be there.
My mom, that's fucking Freudian
Hey,
as hell.
come on.
My wife put,
I guess
be
it's
honest,
not.
guys.
I guess wanting to fuck your mom, not just for Italians anymore. Huh?
my smoking mom. No,
He
my
wants to kill his mom. That's the relation.
yeah, that's the wasp version. Italians want to fuck their moms, and wasp want to murder their moms. What are you?
That's a
Irish?
Yeah, I'm Irish Catholic.
Strangers on a train, an Italian guy and a wasp guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like, all right, how about this? I'll fuck your mom. You kill my mom. They'll never trace it back.
I haven't seen that movie. I know the story, but I want to do that.
I think it's what I think it is like two strangers meet on a train. Like, I want to kill this person. I
yeah,
wanna kill
yeah,
this
that is what it is.
Yeah.
But
What
like,
movie is this?
Strangers on a Train. It's like a Criterion Collection, kind of old school.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think
it
what
might
happens
be in
is
French, right?
maybe
Yeah.
it's Hitchcock, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
It's like two people meet on a train and they're like, who would you kill if you could kill somebody? And the guy's like, I want to kill this person. The other person's like, oh yeah, they're just joking around. They're like, I want to kill this person. So I think they kill the person that the other person was joking about.
Holy shit.
And they're like, well, now you have to kill my person. I think that's what happens. I'm not sure.
I'm surprised you don't know
that
this,
could be
Sean.
just
No, I don't actually.
that could just be a TV movie from the late '90s.
You think it's like rich people Valentine's Day kind of? It's like, I'm going to murder your enemies. Like, did you see that? Sorry. Did you see that tweet? They're saying it's the guy who had Hunter Biden's laptop. And he said that Hunter Biden had a bouncer killed for not letting him in.
They is the same people on the New Jersey Path train.
I don't know. It's like some tweet, you know?
Yeah.
Got enough likes, though. I said, this has to be true.
It is Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good for Hunter Biden. He should be having people killed. You know, like they're always like complaining about this return to tradition stuff, but no, he's exactly like the son of a Chinese emperor. He's just like doing drugs, fucking hookers.
Right.
He's got a harem. He's having his
Right.
enemies killed.
Right.
You know, he's getting people censored and thrown in jail for stealing his laptop.
Yeah. What are Sasha and Malia Obama doing? Something boring, I guess.
One of them smokes
Writing-
cigarettes, and I love
Yeah.
it. It's the coolest. They're just taking pictures of her like, oh, no.
I think she smoked weed.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
She's a bad girl now.
Hell yeah, dude.
They're just
Obama-
writing the most boring television ever.
Yeah, I think one of them writes for television, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Probably. Yeah.
When I was writing on a show, one of them was on the studio lot a lot, like as an intern. She was like college age, and it was weird because there was like Secret Service following a rich girl around.
Yeah.
Who was pretending to work.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey,
Well,
you think
she'll-
that's why
she'll
Me
bring
Too
that-
happened in Hollywood? Obama was like, she wants to get involved. We got to get all these fucking creeps out if my daughter's going to be in the studio.
Oh, maybe.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
That's a really good
Thank
point.
you. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
She was like, Dad, I want to
you
do
ruined-
saved
She was
You
like,
ruined a good time.
she was like, Dad, I want to do stand up at the Comedy Store.
He's like, oh, boy.
Well, all right. I better get to work on all those sexual predators.
Take all the names.
Yeah.
It's just like
He just shows up.
a podcast studio randomly explodes. Gas Digital West exploded.
Luis Gomez found dead in his car earlier today.
Fentanyl.
Now, could we just get the IRS to look into Crystalia and see if his taxes are all in order?
Oh man, did you guys watch the Crystalia documentary?
Yeah.
I did.
It's
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
500 accusers.
Really?
According to the documentary, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Some of them are, I don't know. It's weird because some of them like had sex with him, and then they were like, he was a creep, and it's like, well, you still fucked him.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, I would have to, I guess, see the context of that.
your
you
brain's not really developed. I mean,
That's true.
you knew me when I was like 21, 22. My brain wasn't developed back then.
Yeah, I don't know if my brain was developed at like 32. So, one thing my wife did recently is I had a trip planned to go to the Ukraine. I was going to go to Ukraine, and I was going to
Wait, you
like,
were?
yeah, I was going to like go and do shows.
That's a classic Andy trip.
You're gonna do shows there.
But I was also going to like interview like all these comics and people
That's
that are
awesome.
like still doing comedy despite the war.
Yeah,
That was the point of going. Like I was going to do shows, but the main
They have
thing-
flights like in and out of there?
No, you got to fly into Krakow, or you can enter from any of the neighboring countries other than Belarus and Russia. So it's like 16 hours.
Andy
from-
just gets a rental car that he like can't, like a nice rental car that he can't afford.
yeah,
Drives it.
that is something I would do.
Yeah.
And I just have
A Mercedes from Enterprise.
I have a
Krakow.
Rolls Royce, and it just I drive over a landmine.
If you have the nicest, you wear like a tuxedo, you just immediately get shot by a tank.
Yeah, that's my
I get robbed by Uzbeks.
that's my favorite thing about Andy. He does present like very well. He's always very
Oh, yeah,
together.
yeah.
And, yeah.
I did okay this year because I worked for like an actual job for
Nice.
6 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, historically I've never. So I had like a big raise in capital when I got TV writing jobs, and then I lost all the TV writing jobs, and then I never was like, oh, I have to adjust my quality of life.
Sure.
And so I had to pay off a lot of debt. That was what Mike's referring to.
Yeah, but you only go around once, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took out a life insurance
You gotta-
policy, so Rosebud will be fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have some nice things.
Well, she's also related to like the people that like
Yeah, the
killed
people
JFK.
that are gonna assassinate you.
So she'll be fine regardless. I'm actually definitely going to die before that money becomes available. 52-year-old found at the base of the Verrazano Bridge. No, but I mean, yeah, that is a very typical Andy Haynes. I actually did get this though, because I will rent cars occasionally out of the city.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes you'll just see like an anomaly in the pricing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gave me a Tesla for like the same rate as like a what do you call it? Like a compact.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like just the Hertz algorithm must have been broken. I'm pretty stoked.
Oh, you haven't done it
No,
yet?
I think
It's Friday.
Oh, that's great.
I think what it is people don't always want to drive those because they don't know how to like charge because they're gonna burn to death.
Yeah, they're convinced it'll drive them into a wall.
Oh yeah, I
or
didn't even think
something.
about that. That is how I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
that's how you're gonna
die.
My wife's dad set this up.
Yeah. Give him the Tesla.
Yeah.
It's like
The driver of the car was this man, Andy Haynes, who rented it from Enterprise. It's like you don't even own it.
you get it, and the onboard computer's like, follow Elon Musk on Twitter to unlock the braking system.
yeah.
It'd be so funny if when I died, they just called me like, area man dies in Tesla accident. And then they're like, he dabbled in comedy. Like, they don't even say comedian. They're just like,
His last tweet, so excited to drive this rented Tesla up to upstate. Pitch a tent.
thank you, Elon Musk, for designing the coolest car. That rocks.
Yeah. Anyway, but
So-
go ahead.
I'm still, I feel like we really just brushed over Sean's divorce.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna we'll talk more about it on the paywall. That's what I'm gonna do.
Cool. Okay,
But
I like that. I like
Now
that.
let me ask you this though:
Sure.
can you kind of like cut ties completely, or do you have to talk to her a lot? You don't have like animals together or anything, right?
No, she lives in Miami now, but we're like cordial.
Yeah.
But it's like it's still horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I only know through other people describing what like a messy divorce is like, but even like the nicest
nice
version of
divorce
it
is bad.
Well, it's horrific because it's like you live with somebody
Yeah.
for X number of years, and then you have to relearn how to be a person,
Yeah.
and
You have to live in Eric I's house.
I have not heard the name Eric I.
I
for
know,
like
I know.
fucking
No, shout out to
15
Eric
years.
I.
That
good
guy's
friend
the
of mine.
sweetest.
He's a nice guy.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember him. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he's a great dude. I don't know what he's up to. Is he still doing comedy?
I think I blocked his number
Is he
because
still doing cocaine?
he was gambling again and he got kicked out of his house and then he lied to me about like finding a room somewhere.
Oh, he needed help.
He needed to stay at my place. I'm like, Eric, there's these rooms available, and he was like, oh, those fucking liars. and I was like, Eric, you're lying to me. I just called them and they said they have rooms available.
Oh, they must have lied to you too.
Yeah.
I love
one-star
when
Yelp
somebody's just
It's
such
fun.
an obvious drug addict. And they're just in the pit of their lives. There's something kind of, even though it's like horrible, there's something kind of really fun about it.
Yeah. He told me he won $15,000 on a WNBA game once.
15,000.
Yeah.
Made more than the WNBA game.
The entire team, yeah.
Doesn't the WNBA have Connecticut, like a Connecticut only team?
They might.
The Mystic?
Oh, they might. I don't know.
Isn't that? I think
The
that's-
team names are very weird.
That's
with
just
the
so
WNBA.
funny to have. Like, I think Seattle is also one of those places where we have
Seattle Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
don't have a men's team. We just have a WNBA team.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. You did have a men's team.
We
Yeah.
did, and I think
happened?
don't we get one in like 1 or 2 years when the expansion happens? Like that's the
Hopefully,
theory.
yeah.
And then they became the Pelicans.
No,
Yeah.
they became the Oklahoma City
Yeah,
Thunder.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will say this: I've been through a divorce, and I don't foresee me and Rosebud getting divorced. Although, I mean, you know, if her star rises a ton, she might be forced to date, you know, some kind of
Yeah,
other
but
famous
she'll just
person.
have you
Yeah.
whacked. So
Yeah.
it's
No, she'll probably just like put me up. Like I'll live like the sister in Girl from the Dragon Tattoo. Like I'll just assume a new identity in London. But nobody has seen that movie. That's a great reference. But it is horrible. Like
Yeah.
like I had a semi cordial. Like there was like definitely like vitriol and some mean things were said. I also was like so unsober at that time that I just like talked about it all the time on
Now
stage.
it's worse than a breakup, right?
oh yeah.
How is it worse than a breakup?
Well, because you have to like do like I don't feel like when
Paperwork.
you have to deal with your families, like you're legally family. You know their parents know your parents.
Yeah.
You have to deal with like the legal dissolution of your marriage.
Yeah.
I also have done the stupid thing where I've always been with people kind of near my industry.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, my ex-wife, dated people that I knew like pretty soon after we got split up. And I mean, I was very happy to get divorced. I did not miss the marriage, but it's just so chaotic and it just kind of throws everything into such flux.
Well, if you know Andy's ex-wife, please harass her on Twitter as much
Yeah.
as you can. She's got me blocked, but you can probably access her.
Yeah, she's really taken up the mantle of solving the race crisis.
is that what she's moved on to?
Yeah, she's
Oh, man.
she's
I'm-
trying to right the wrongs of the last 200 years.
sad.
After she saved Silicon Valley, she's moved on to
I'm sad I
fixing
can't.
the race
I'm
issue.
sad I can't see it. And Sarah Schaefer has me blocked as well, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But I just want to.
I don't think you're missing much. They're
No,
fine.
I just want to know why.
You probably said something funny.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
said something funny.
She's probably friends with Ellery Smith or something.
Yeah.
Man, that Ellery Smith. That Ellery Smith. What a smoke show. Have you seen the swimsuit photos?
I'm not allowed to comment on Ellery Smith.
You aren't?
No, I don't know. I don't want to.
I'm gonna look her up right now.
Would
Why
that be-
she
would
put
that
out, she
be-
put something out recently?
Oh, she always puts like a tweet. Like she'll do like where it's like a couple different photos, and then it'll be like photo tweet.
Right.
And it's just her perfect cans in a bikini, and then like a tweet about the deep state. You know.
Would that be like a good podcast hour? Is we just like look through and complain about all the female comedians who have blocked us,
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
just openly
use each
ask
other's
why.
accounts.
We call that episode "The Right Side of History."
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's funny because
That's the one that Mike called out.
I sort of called her out. And
Wait,
then-
Ellery Smith?
Yeah. I
Because
sort of-
she went after Shane.
she went after Shane.
Right.
and then it turned out that she had like all
Racist
these like
tweets, like which we
racist
all do.
tweets from
What
back.
did she say?
She really just had one.
What
Well, she
word?
called out Shane for saying for doing his stuff, and she was like, "And this is the problem because racist language begets violence. It begets violence."
Yeah, begets.
And then there was a tweet of her being like, "Homemade pad thai, didn't put my cat in it though." Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
like-
just like the funniest. Those two tweets together were just so funny.
and it was like not hard to find. And then
Yeah.
she pulled the very typical I'm learning, you know.
Well, that's funny because that's what you have to do. Yeah, I mean, there's only a cup when something gets unearthed.
It'd be so
There's
funny
only a
if she
couple.
was like, just East LA, like super liberal, and then she was like, "What? They really put cats in some of their food?"
It's like, motherfucker, look, an article, a
She
recipe.
doubles down completely, making a TikTok about.
I want to write. I want
This
to write
is my
one of those.
Asian friend Wang. He's here to confirm all of this.
Yeah, I want to write one of those recipe articles where it's like the story of the recipe before you get to the recipe, but
Yeah.
it's about me putting my cat in my kung pao. I'm allowed to make these jokes because my podcast co-host is Asian. So.
I talked to my friend Ellery Smith for advice on how to put a cat into your
Pad thai.
Your pad thai. She said she does it all the time. She just said this time she didn't put her cat in it, but that was funny because people got mad at me for tweeting those two things. But she got a lot of threats.
She got a lot
some-
of, I think she also got like maybe fired from a job.
from like a desk job.
It's fine. She was a copywriter. She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
And also it's like,
But then I said she shouldn't have got fired from her job, and I was like, "Hey, Adult Swim, this is fucked up." And she messaged me. She was like, "Mike, it's not Adult Swim. Please don't." She's like, "Please stop.
Please stop.
Please don't defend me." She's like, "Please just let it go."
don't bring up
I
Adult
was
Swim in
trying to
this.
be, but you can't make everybody happy. And then Jake Flores said I was doing cancel culture by whatever. Who gives a shit?
Oh, I see. Because you were
Yeah,
intern canceling.
like I was trying
her.
to cancel her.
I think speaking
He
of
said that when he was
accountability,
delivering a pizza to
That's
you.
accountability. She was held
Sure.
accountable.
but I also
And
think
I'll
that-
tell you what else I did. I held Seth Simons accountable because after that he tweeted Mike Racine stick to making pasta sauce challenge, and I go, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
that guy sucks.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
sucks
and
so
you're like,
hard.
I don't need just because I'm Italian. You assume I make pasta sauce.
Well, he knew
And
I
then you
made
deleted all your,
I
your Instagram
all
posts.
all my evidence of me making pasta sauce.
It's just- all of a sudden
Pushed your
you're
car
very
into a lake.
all of a sudden you're very
All the jars
Polish.
just float up. The jars just float up in the lake.
Everything you're putting forward from now on is Polish.
Yeah.
Wow, so happy to be back in my old neighborhood, Greenpoint.
Chantobli.
Jacua. Or what is it? Jacua? How do you say thank you?
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję, yeah.
In what? In Polish.
In Polish, I think.
Polish
That's
and
what,
Czech.
that's what
Dziękuję.
Borat says.
And then in Ukrainian, I've been learning Ukrainian because I studied
so are you
Ukrainian.
going? We were gonna-
No, I can't go.
Okay, you can't.
My wife was just like, I can't deal with that right now of you being there. Even though I could totally do it with reasonable safety, but she loves me, I guess. So
course, yeah.
she just was like, if anything happens, like, what do I say?
And they videotape it now too. It's not like you just go die and they go, "Oh, he died." There's
Yeah,
a
I'm on,
video
like,
of
a
them
Russian
taping you
TikTok,
to,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
taping
yeah,
you to a street light,
Yeah.
spanking your ass or something. You know.
You see Andy's head on TikTok, and their Russian soldiers taking turns kissing it.
Yeah.
Tongue kissing his severed head.
Yeah, it's just, I get sodomized by a troop of Russian neo-Nazis, and then
yeah.
they play soccer with my head. No, because I mean, that's the thing is I was like trying to argue with her because my wife has been very like regular successful, and I was like, well, I'm trying to do something different because like it's kind of hard when you get ignored a long time to not.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to try something, and she was like, you just need to try harder, and it's like I
You're
wanted
like,
to.
yeah,
That's
I'm
annoying.
going to a war zone.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What are you talking about? I'm
Would you
fighting.
submit more packets? I'm going to war.
Yeah.
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 What's harder than that?
Yeah. You should do that. Just jokes in wartime. I'll go with you. Can she
Well, I
get
was thinking
paid
about
for
just
me?
like a YouTube show that's just me going to the craziest places on
Go
earth,
war-torn countries.
Right.
or just wildly inhospitable places.
Oh, okay. And do jokes.
I was gonna bring Wilfred. He's never been out of the country.
He's like your little guide. He's like
He'd probably get.
He's like the
he'd probably
kid.
get hate crimed.
Yeah.
Put him in a Mets
He's the
hat.
kid from
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Shortstop.
yeah. Shortstop. Yeah, what's it?
I make him call
Short
himself
round?
short.
What was his
It's
name?
short round. Yeah.
Short round. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love that Ukraine idea. Yeah, we got to do more. We got to get out of the country, I think. And I don't mean like English speaking places, you know. Let's go to
Yeah, but then you got all your equipment and your like
that
gear,
hard.
and you got to
need a
what? You
mic,
film
right?
with
You
your
guys should
phone.
do a month in Napoli. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
just try to talk to all the neighborhood pimps and prostitutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike, you do great in Italy and just go around like being your Italian compared to their Italian and just try to relate and ask questions.
Yeah.
You could write a book, maybe.
Naples is kind of a slum, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
It's
you
like-
should go
it
there.
looks
because
really-
it's like
yeah.
grimy.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's also like there's just like a ton of like poverty and crime. My mom got robbed in Naples.
Really,
Not like at gunpoint. Somebody just like
they just took her.
well, the kids they come up and they like
Cut
open
you.
newspapers. And then they like take stuff out of your bag. Like a bunch of kids will surround you and they'll open newspapers.
Oh, little magicians.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, you guys can't read.
You don't give a fuck what's going on.
13-year-old Naples kids can't read. That's what my uncle said. We went to Italy, and he was like, Naples would be a beautiful city if you kill all the people who live there.
I loved that about I was in Italy in November for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like we have regional stuff, like New York hates Boston kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they have beefs from like the
Hundreds
dawn
of
of
years.
millennia, you know, like where they're just like the Umbrians all deserve to die on spikes. They're slime people, they fuck dogs. Their DNA is dog. I don't know that accent, but
No,
you know.
me either. Yeah, I envy like Greeks and stuff. You know, people that come from like a long line of people that figured it out early.
Yeah, they're kind of coasting now.
That
you
is
know?
true. The drive didn't really carry over at all.
But that's like a nice thing about all those places over there is they can't be like, because American culture never was like really like crystallized, you know? Like the 50s are probably the peak of America, right?
Yeah, I would say so. 50s and 60s, and it's really a reaction, but it's like
But then after
the
that, it's
counterculture.
like,
But it feels so much like America. But you're right, it is just.
but now like you go to America and it's like literally every single town outside of a city is just like Dollar General,
Sure.
Chili's to go, you know.
Mike's fentanyl hut.
Yeah, Mike's fentanyl hut. They're all on fentanyl. They're so on fentanyl, and they're all mad at like people they've never met. You know,
Oh, of course.
it's great. I love it.
The migrant caravans coming for our fentanyl.
Yeah, but in reality, the migrant caravan is probably bringing their
They're
fentanyl.
bringing the fentanyl. Yeah, they're getting mad at their suppliers.
Shooting down
It's not a-
UFOs of fentanyl.
It's not a bad life if you have money, though. You know, if you have some money, you just
Be on drugs all the time.
yeah, you go to Applebee's, you go to Ruby Tuesday.
I mean, I fantasize like I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to fantasize about like moving to like a mid-level city, you know, like a Boulder, Colorado, or like a Columbus, Ohio, and just being like working a
Those are
corporate-
very different cities, though.
Yeah, that's a little different. Let me think of one that would be like Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte, just cities that aren't like cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
But even 100,000 person, like Hartford, Connecticut would be a perfect one.
Okay.
You work a corporate job, you play like softball on the weekends. You're just so normal.
Mm.
You make $110,000 a year and you live like a goddamn king.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You
You're
make plans
you're
with
the-
friends, and it works out.
You go
and
throw
it's not
axes
Like,
with
yeah,
the-
you're not all
Yeah,
meeting at
with the-
midnight somewhere.
with your girlfriend and the other couple, and your girlfriend's fucking the other guy, and you don't know or really
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, you make $110,000
Yeah.
and you have a man cave. You have a gaming you have a gaming chair.
No girls allowed.
Yeah.
Man cave.
Yeah, fuck my girlfriend all you want. I got a gaming chair.
Your girlfriend's getting her back blown out by Mike. Matt.
There's pictures of you guys in Florida together.
yeah. Matt, the guy who looks exactly like you.
He's a better version of you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I guess sometimes on the show we kind of talk about like we did an episode recently. We sort of talked about the Bernie movement, and somebody wrote in and they were like, I like listening to the show because that's how I feel. I feel like I was really into the Bernie movement. Now I have a family, and now I'm just kind of not sure where to go from here. And I think that I find myself lately being kind of annoyed by people on the like leftists because I feel like I am trying to sort of make as much money as I can, and I feel like if you're too much of a Twitter leftist, you don't take like all your problems are other people's fault. So I'm trying not to be the kind of person who's like the rich people took all my
and
my
also,
money.
It's not
Even though maybe that is correct, I don't know.
it's not practical though either.
Yeah.
You know. Also the rich people you haven't made like taxable dollars in years, you know?
Yeah.
You live below board.
Yeah.
They didn't touch your money.
Yeah.
It all went to Adidas tracksuits,
Right.
And OnlyFans,
Right.
Yeah, you touched your money. That's
My
the
mom's
problem.
Ring doorbell cam that I set up myself.
My mom's smoking Ring doorbell. You've got like 5 angles. You're
Yeah.
like swapping between Ring doorbells.
Yeah.
You have a cell phone just for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's good. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's a right wing thing. Like holding yourself accountable.
Well, I
But-
think that I think that's a normal thing for everybody to do, is to be like, I have a shitty life. It must be these other things, instead of being like, well,
Yeah.
I'm a drug addict and whatever.
Yeah.
Anger. I lose jobs because I constantly get angry or say inappropriate shit.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, your problem is. But
It's good to look at yourself sometimes though and be like, what am I doing wrong here?
well, I think the liberals are completely lost. Like the Democratic Party they did not learn anything, I don't think, other than maybe to kind of support like smaller candidates to kind of take over, like to get more grassroots stuff going. But like the big picture Democratic Party still wants basically corporate neoliberalism, which is like just alienates every working class white, which is the majority of people in this
Right.
country.
Right.
And
I guess
there's not like there's nothing to stand on. Like, what you're excited about? One thing I will say is that Joe Biden has like the most extensive green energy bill that just came out. I think it's called do you know what this one's called?
No, I haven't.
You used to know these things, Sean.
Yes.
What happened to you?
I stopped paying attention to Joe Biden after, well, I mean, like the train.
His 5th classified paper.
Yes, that's right. No, I mean, like the train derailments in Ohio, and there was just today before we got here. There's another one in Texas.
Really?
And this was
Derailment?
yeah, like a train derailment, and this is all like the deal they forced through on the unions. Like,
Is that is it the same company too?
I don't know if it was the same one in Texas, but in
The Ohio one is like a natural disaster. Well, a man-made disaster.
Yeah,
It's like
a
everybody's.
bunch of vinyl chloride
Yeah,
got
they're-
released up there, and the company there is Norfolk Southern.
Yeah.
but there's like 7 like major freight carriers in the U.S. and they've like cut their workforce. I mean, they cut their workforces like 30%, and then why the workers were all like saying let us strike so we can get sick days is because when you cut your workforce 30%, you just make everyone who's still left is like they cannot take sick days because it's all precision scheduling, and that like becomes much more dangerous. It's much more stressful for the workers, and then this big pro-union, pro-labor Democrat president comes out and says we're going to pass a bill that makes it illegal for you to go on strike.
Yeah.
And now there's a fucking Chernobyl up in East Palestine,
Yeah, wasn't
Ohio.
his like fucking like Biden's whole thing was like, I'm just a working class guy from Scranton, PA.
Right.
And then it's like, bro, you sold out the entire idea. And that's the problem with the Democratic Party is like they don't have any kind of honor, I guess. I don't give a shit about the personal level honor.
Right.
But
It's all just an oligarchy. It's all just big money. So it's like, they can refine their messaging, but they can't actually change anything.
Yeah. I just feel, it's nice to know about this stuff, but I feel like until there's another Bernie movement, I don't know what to do with this information.
yeah, I don't think there's a lot you can, because I think like the idea of like grassroots politics is pretty. I haven't seen it do much. I mean, I'm sure that if I like researched and I saw like what Julia Salazar has been able to pull off in the New York State House or something like that, I would
Just
be
being mentally ill and lying. to everybody.
just tagging. She's like tagging the House. No. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like that kind of politics. Like we're
She's like,
gonna
if
go.
we don't get this passed, I'm going to show my pussy again in the state.
I'm gonna queef on the speaker.
Don't do it. She's crazy.
She's queefing.
Not again.
They
They call me the queefing senator.
Yeah, Matt Getz drinks a glass of squirt. No, I just all seem so far removed and so like
Yeah.
unreliable after Bernie.
I
like
guess
the
with
way
the
they kneecapped him.
Right, but I guess with the Bernie movement, it really did kind of feel like you were part of something, even if you were just tweeting about it or going to a rally or something, or I don't know. We don't have anything like that now, so it's like I don't know what to do besides try to get the Patreon numbers up.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2024. Like the way the U.S. system is set up, presidential campaigns are such a spectacle that they are good opportunities for that kind of thing. So maybe Jesse Ventura or somebody will try to primary
That'd be good.
Biden, or So it's like, yeah, there's always the next election cycle, but until then, it's like,
Yeah. You just got my dick hard.
yeah,
Jesse
For
Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
That'd be awesome.
run.
Yeah.
that would be great.
There's fucking aliens. I know the guy that Scott talked to on the PATH train. He told me about what's at Area
campaign.
51. We'll put a Ring doorbell camera in every Italian guy's mom's house.
You got my vote. All right.
Mike signs up in Connecticut, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania to vote.
I commit voter fraud. Hey, ring doorbells at my mother's house.
That's the new commercial for Ring doorbells.
Yeah.
It's just an Italian
Specifically
mom.
targeted
Yeah.
that you could see your mother's ass.
We should make that sketch.
A Mother's Day sketch.
It's just a 75-year-old woman leaning over to grab a box and a guy
Yeah.
jerking off in,
her
a garage.
in her basement.
In her basement.
I'm never leaving. This is great.
This is goals.
This is the perfect life.
Does anyone know anything about the UFOs being shot down? Because I don't know anything other than I assumed we were still talking about the balloons being shot down. But now they're different. And one of them, when they shot it down, it broke up into a bunch of tiny little pieces. You heard
So
about this?
I guess it's apparently the one over Alaska they said was an orb, like a metal orb.
Okay. But an orb is just, we're talking shapes now, right? Like
Yeah, but like it would lead to like kind of, we don't know anything that can propel itself without wind or combustion. You know what I mean? So it would present a new kind of
thing we haven't seen before.
yeah, but we don't know because it could be that there's just a new technology that's being, that seems like the most likely thing. But at the same time, they found one over China, apparently. That could just be the Chinese.
I thought the Chinese were accusing us of saying, like, a balloon just flew over them.
Right. Well, that's what I think the most likely is also makes me the most nervous, which is there's like U.S. and China are having a drone war right now, and we're just kind of like identifying things that we didn't notice before and shooting them down. But then maybe it is like we were talking before we started about the conspiracy project Bluebeam,
Yeah.
which is the idea that the U.S. government is going to reveal that there are aliens, and the aliens are going to come down and say, there is no Jesus, embrace one world government.
Yeah.
And then, the aliens will have such impressive technology that everyone will go along with it, and Klaus Schwab will become fascist dictator of the earth.
Honestly, I don't
Nice.
like, as long as I can still like drive upstate in the summer and like,
Yeah.
like get
yeah,
Whole Foods
absolutely.
delivered, I'm
Yeah.
like not that worried
They
about
can't
it.
be. The aliens can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The aliens are like, we'll give you a 30-hour work week. All right, great, let's go.
You have to make weapons from to wipe out other races of aliens, but you're
Meanwhile-
treated very well.
Meanwhile, all the aliens are fucking our girlfriends and wives. We're like, these aliens rock. Meanwhile, they're just fucking giving it to our
could
spouses.
It be a wealthy person? Now rich people are. Could it be Elon Musk or no? Because he's tweeting about it.
But what does it do
But
to
it could
you?
be a competitor.
Wait,
you know?
but do you
like,
think that if the alien, I'm sorry to backtrack, but if you think your wife, if they were fucking your wife or girlfriend, the aliens, do you think they would they would probably just treat it like it's an office job, right? Like they're not attracted to the aliens.
Yeah.
They would just be in a cubicle getting railed by some purple monster.
Wait, you think
You're
she
like,
wouldn't like
not-
what you're saying?
Not feeling anything.
The monster's like, "Meh, I'm just here for science. We have to run these calculations."
Deb's complaining all Staten Island.
Yeah.
I've got to pick up my kid later. Hurry up.
He's like, Deb, did you see my memory card reader? Just kidding. It's right here. I never lose my things.
Wow. Zoltan, you are so much cooler than Mike.
Mike, I'm leaving you
my
for
God.
Zoltan.
Yeah. My husband, oh my God, if this was my husband, he'd be like, where's my shit?
She comes immediately. She squirts all over him and he fucking breaks.
Yeah, he dies.
They're allergic to like the signs.
we find out. That
It's like a romantic comedy. She ends up with a purple alien. I end up with my mom. It's like the people we were supposed to be with.
best rom-com ever.
Project Bluebeam concentrated entirely within Mike's marriage.
But if we did today, like, let's say like aliens aren't hostile, but they just present themselves.
Sure.
Like, do you think you guys can go on living normally?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't think
I
I'm
think-
not the type of psycho that's gonna go like run off of a bridge or
I mean,
something. But
so again, so long as it's like they're just like, yes, we're from this place. Like, I don't know places. I've never been most places. So
I guess
you
how
go,
would they
hey, I've been from
assimilate?
here. I go, what's the difference between there and somewhere in the middle of the ocean to me? So as long as it's like not an actual fight, I can go on living my life. I'm just, I'd just be happier. I think honestly, I'd be a little happier.
Imagine you go to look at an apartment and then like coming in after you, there's like a green snake family coming up the stairs.
and you're like, these fucking.
They're gonna give it to
Dad,
them.
You fucked the green
fucking
snake family
serpents.
again.
No, like you lose an
they're
apartment to like
moving.
they're moving in. And like they get the apartment, they get approved for the apartment. And
They're
you
like
don't.
Israelis in
Yeah.
Palestine. They're just like running with their shit.
They're just they have so much lithium. You got like, they have a year's worth of lithium.
Yeah.
I can't compete with that. I have Earth bucks.
Back to Bushwick, I guess.
But the thing about it is that if aliens are real, the entire religious kind of part of the world is going to have some kind of schism, right?
Probably.
Yeah, but at that point, it really does feel irrelevant, right?
Well, when-
I mean, also the stories can be real and aliens can be real. It's just the main part. Can't
I'm just
be,
saying
I
people are
guess.
going to react very
Well, when
like
they
we're going to
said-
see
I know,
mass
but people-
hysteria to some
And I know
extent.
it's weird
Sure,
to say
yeah, I
about
think you're right.
aliens, but people are real drama queens, you know. And no matter what, I think they're gonna be very annoying.
'Cause when
Honestly,
the-
Khalees was talking about it today to me, and I'm just like, shut the. In my head, it's like, yap yap yap.
You'll
the
feel like
aliens are coming.
you'll
I
go
don't
with
want
the
to fucking
flow.
talk about it
Yeah.
anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah. You're a likable guy though.
Oh, you think the
you would
aliens
get
would be
along
cool
with
with me?
them? Yeah.
You are a good guy.
Yeah, I'll be cool with them. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So long as they don't try to hurt us. What's
Yeah.
the threat of an alien if they're not trying to hurt us?
Although,
It's
what about
nothing
the
but
people from
positives.
Independence Day on top of the building with the signs being like "Welcome back" and they get vaporized?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to. You
I
don't want to be
kind of,
that
I
person.
mean, honestly, like this is also what I was thinking about the Ukraine
Mhm.
is like, I'm 40,
Yeah.
so like I'm probably going to die in 30 years, 40 years, whatever. I could have twice as much life left, but
Yeah.
it'd be a lot cooler to die that way than like, you know, with ass cancer in Bushwick with my roommates after my fourth divorce.
Oh,
you know,
amen. Absolutely.
I would love to get vaporized.
yeah.
I think we would all love to get vape. If that was an option at the hospital, if they were like, you could get, you're gonna die, or we could vaporize you, I'd be like, yeah, vaporize.
you don't feel like life's kind of getting better as you get older.
Oh no, I love my life.
Yeah.
But I mean, I am gonna die someday, and I would much rather it be in like some kind of epic explosion than
Right.
like sad me telling my like pest grandkids like, you know, don't give up the best days of your life to look at your phone. You know, some shit like that.
Ew, Grandpa smells.
Shut up.
She's making a TikTok in front of my dying
Grandpa, I have
body.
600,000 followers.
Yeah.
The problem with risking it all to fucking alien, no, to kill an alien, right? To go, I want to go down as someone who like fought the aliens. Is the aliens are gonna win, and it's gonna be their story, and so you're not. There's no hero story.
Right.
You're just someone they vaporized,
Right.
someone they toyed with your asshole. you
I don't.
know?
Right.
I don't think I'd fight him. I just mean
Yeah,
like
no,
in
I'd be like,
Independence
what's the
Day,
deal,
they just
guys?
started killing.
So there's
us.
going to be like human versus alien truthers in the future.
Yeah, I mean the real issue, I guess, is going to be the language barrier, right?
Sure.
Google Translate will probably figure it
They'll
out.
probably
that's
figure it
true.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, Duolingo to
Yeah.
learn.
We have to ask Siri what they're saying in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Didn't they learn the language in that last Arrival?
Oh yeah,
She learned
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
They like shot ink at her, and that was the language.
They had a circle language.
Yeah.
That was
I
so
didn't like
cool.
that movie.
You didn't?
I didn't get it.
I think the whole part about like time,
Yeah.
like
How it's a circle.
the time circle thing, that was lost on me. But I
Yeah.
thought visually it was cool. I liked the big like
Yeah.
kind of. That's a movie I can watch again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Maybe I'll watch it.
Maybe we could get together and like I
Yeah.
don't know, spoon, watch
Yeah,
it like
that-
friends.
Sicario.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Your wife comes home and you're spooning with your friend. You're watching Sicario. That's such a weird combination.
I have seen I think Sicario probably 6 times.
Really?
Maybe
I love
more.
I love the ending.
It's really good.
I've never seen it.
No?
Denis,
I
I
know
can
I'm
watch all the
supposed to.
Denis Villeneuve movies over and over again.
Now he made a thriller too. That right before that.
He made Prisoners.
With Hugh Jackman,
He
is that-
made that's Prisoners. He made another one about a guy having an identical twin that is Jake Gyllenhaal. I can't remember what the name of that is. He made Blade Runner 2049.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's good shit.
He did.
It wasn't Nightcrawler. He didn't make Nightcrawler, right?
No.
Okay.
He's like the best at moody cinematography, like modern moody cinematography. And I think the second Sicario is garbage. I don't know how they pumped that out, but the first one is like a masterpiece.
I gotta watch it.
Emily
I have heard
Blunt,
that.
Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Brolin.
last good CIA movie I've seen, Sicario.
Yeah.
It's like really well done
Nice.
and like very realistic in terms of.
And if you
What-
don't have time to watch the whole thing, watch the ending. Go on YouTube, type in Sicario ending.
You talking about the wolf scene?
The
Gun.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be committing suicide. If you don't
Where
sign
she's
the
not
paper.
going to sign the thing.
Yeah.
Oh no! When Benicio del Toro goes to the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dinner table.
yeah.
That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool too.
That was pretty cool.
When he murders his family in front of him.
You now you
Mike-
spoiled it.
Well, it's,
Mike is,
It's been
uh,
a decade. They-
Mike
Yeah.
has relived that 100 times over with whoever his current landlord is.
You don't know how
He's like,
true that
not in
is.
front of my children.
He's in Williamsburg. There's 19 kids. He's shooting them out of the window cages.
has to reload in the middle of it. Just ruins the tension of the scene. It's like, hold on, fuck, jamming a magazine in there.
Blow up it.
I'm scared of you right now. I got 15 more kids to
I
kill.
blow up 2 Toyota Siennas.
Just murdering his whole family over a $3,000 security deposit.
Just leaving him alive.
Now you have to live with this forever.
Oh, the floor was stained, huh?
How much do you think it'll cost to get the blood out of this floor, huh?
Looks like someone's going to take your security deposit. This was a lot of fun. Andy, any plugs?
I'm starting a new podcast with
yes.
Wilfred Padua called You Will Learn, and it's going to be out probably mid-March, April.
Great.
Hell
He's
yeah.
great.
And then
Wilfred
I'm on the road.
rocks. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Andy's the funniest. Go check him out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are funny.
Oh, yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Thanks.
This is I would say this is like the first time in a while where I've done a podcast where I respect all of you guys comically.
Oh sweet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you do podcasts and like one guy you're
There's
like,
one
oh,
guy
you're a
who-
good comic, but this guy's like does comedy, you know, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you guys are all great comics.
Well, Brendan Sagalow is a good guy, and I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't really. You guys got into the plug?
No,
My
not
other
really.
podcast, Wrestle Roast.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Follow
Sean will
on
be
Twitter. He's back on Twitter.
Yeah.
walking around outside of an apartment building in Miami. So if you guys want to see him down there,
Yeah, you could probably jump on a show or something between visits to your wife's house.
Wearing a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops.
wearing a wig and a mustache.
yeah, yeah.
Who the fuck is Tito?
He'll be dressed up like a fire hydrant, just following his ex-wife around.
Dogs are pissing all over him.
You know, and that's the thing. And now I'm sitting here covered in dog piss. I was just trying to stalk my ex-wife.
And then you'll see Scott Chaplin will be in Jersey City in a Dominican bodega trying to buy a jailbroken Amazon Fire Stick.
Oh, okay, so how much does that cost? You said it's $4, right?
What the fuck, man? This doesn't have every channel. And then where are you going to be, Mike?
I don't know, having a erectile dysfunction.
Wait, but you have lots of road gigs. You don't plug them?
Well, this comes out Friday, so yeah. I'll be the Denver Comedy Underground this Friday. Oh, and then I'll be in Cleveland at Hilarity Sunday night, Sunday the 19th. If you're in Cleveland, come out to that. And then I got my special taping is sold out.
Oh,
and
awesome.
then I got
When is it again?
February 26th.
Fuck yes, that's so soon, man.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed because
And
I
then-
actually I'll be out of town and I really wanted to go to that.
Oh, that's okay. And then I got nothing after that.
Yeah, but
Empty.
it's gonna be a nice nothing, you know.
It'll be a nice nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can enjoy a little, downtime with the fam.
Maybe, yeah.
It's global warming has given us a very, very,
Very
mild
nice
winter.
winters, yeah.
You could
Boys,
give
I'm
yourself a
loving
little treat. You just hide your SD card somewhere and then yell at Deb about it.
Oh, that's
It's just gaslight
the
her.
simple things.
Just make her think
Gaslighting
it's
my
crazy.
Just hide them on purpose. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got
thank
it.
you so
This is
much.
great.
And you guys know the deal. Patreon.com/OutForSmokes if you want to support. $5 gets you an additional episode every single week. Thanks for listening. We love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.